made me. He threw it against the dumpster. I walked right into it.
What is happening, everyone? You are back to the Republic of Players podcast once again. My name is Ronan Fox. I'm here with the usual crew. Paddy Toner, how are you keeping?
Where's Pat, lads?
Pat's gone.
Where's he gone?
Pat's gone mad.
Who's that fella up there?
Pat's gone mad.
What's the crack, boys?
Good. We have Mr. Too Old for Gaming, John Fogarty.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Looking forward to talking a little bit of Tarkov with the man up there.
Our very special guest. I always usually start with, we have a very special episode when there's a special guest. So we do have a very special episode. We have Dan Exert. He is a Twitch partner streamer. He plays Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov. And yeah, he's pretty awesome at the game, as you've seen in that intro video. How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, good. Thanks for inviting me. It's great to be on board, and really looking forward to having a chat today and hanging out. It's gonna be good.
What I want to say is thank you so much. I know you've been streaming all day. I jumped in, I dropped you a sub just so I thanked you for coming on. So I appreciate you coming on. It's great to have a Twitch partner.
I was honestly watching. We went live this morning, and then had him there and come jumping in and out all day. I was like, this man is going to do this all day, and then he's going to come and do a podcast. He's a better man than me. I tell you,
he never sleeps.
He never sleeps.
That's it. I think knows he dreams of Tarkov.
Rare occasion I get some sleep. Exactly.
So we always start the show, guys, with what we're playing. So Dan, you are our special guest. What have you been playing, if anything, apart from Tarkov?
So, for those that know me, obviously, sort of like 99.9% Tarkov. But lately, I tell you what, Death Stranding,
Ooh.
I have been playing a little bit.
Nice.
Death Stranding.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Tell us about it.
It's a bit of a brain twister, okay? It's the newest game from Hideo Kojima, of course, creator of the Metal Gear Solid series. And if, those of you that have played Metal Gear, you'll know the way that Kojima likes to present his stories, and you don't get all the information until, well, even when you finish the game, you still don't have.
You still don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly like Metal Gear.
So, I mean, I've been playing for about 10 hours now, and I drop it in the stream every now and then. Usually on Friday evenings. We might bring it back tomorrow. But yeah, it's really, really good. Definitely recommend it. A lot of people come in and say, hey, would you recommend the game? And it's like, yes, but I don't know why I'd recommend it.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I would, but I know for a fact that I would say, yeah, go out and play the game, especially if you're a Metal Gear fan, and get another slice of Kojima, because he's a great mind, and he just keeps you hooked. You just you play a bit, there's some cutscene, some story, and you think, yeah, play a bit more. And I don't even know, man. It's like being addicted to a great series.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
I have a couple of questions about Death Stranding, because I haven't got the chance to jump in. I'm a massive Metal Gear fan. I think Kojima, he's the only one in the industry that's doing what he's doing. He's one of these people that the industry wouldn't be the same without him. But tell me, as a streamer, is it a good game to stream? I heard a lot of people back and forth thinking whether they wanted to stream it, because there is a lot of walking from one section to another. Is there enough going on between that walk to actually engage your audience?
I think it's an interesting question. I think the walking itself does sort of lend itself well to the stream, because it gives you time, especially if you're like an interactive streamer, which I am. Like, I love speaking with the community. I love keeping everyone sort of entertained or informed on what I'm doing. So, it might be, some people might find it difficult to stream because there's not a lot of action, but for me, like, I really enjoy it because it gives me time to chat with everybody.
Yeah, get to know your audience.
Yeah, exactly. And
awesome.
I even said that to him as well. I was like, guys, I know this is something completely different from what you're used to, but there was such a great response, because it was like, we can have more laid back chats, because you know what Tarkov is like. You get a couple of seconds to talk, and then it's like, whoa, scavs are all cheeky.
Okay, all right.
I get a little bit of time to talk during inventory though. Section.
That's true.
No, that's unreal. My issue is I've got 2 games to review for the last 2 weeks. 1 EA game, 2 EA games. The new Star Wars game and Need for Speed Heat. So I've been working on them at the moment, and I haven't got a chance to actually touch Death Stranding. It's installed in my system. Too many games, yeah. I'm going to change my name for that. You're going to be too old for gaming, and I'll be too many games, John.
Hey, alright, it's lovely. It sounds good.
Yeah, but that's going to be my holiday game. Come Christmas time, when I have a bit of time off work, I'm going to jump into that, and I will be streaming it. Again, like you, I like to communicate with the audience that come in and get to know them and check out how their day is going.
That's the best way to stream, though, really, isn't it? You have to be interactive. Sitting there and saying nothing doesn't going to get you far, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
People are there to watch you more than the game, I think, not the same.
Absolutely.
Have you been playing anything else, or is it just the Death Stranding and Tarkov?
Just the Tarkov and the Death Stranding.
Tarkov is a full-time game at the moment, to be fair, isn't it? Really, it's like
Tarkov is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to be picking your brain a little bit later on and talking all about Tarkov, because I want to know everything, dude.
Please do. Please do.
We need the tips. We
do. Too old for gaming. John Fogarty, what have you been playing?
Well, other than Tarkov, now honestly, I'm not going to get too much into it because we got the real Tarkov man up there. But I've been playing I'm playing a lot of Tarkov as well this week, more than I've been playing since the wipe came out.
Yeah.
Got my first 1,000,000 rupees, which I'm happy about, and just been grinding, shooting people, selling stuff, the works. But other than Tarkov, I finally finished The Outer Worlds.
Okay. Nice.
Fantastic game. I have 1 or 2 gripes about it, which they're very kind of little gripes. One is that you get this massive world map, right? And you basically fast travel from everything on the map, like wherever you want to go there. But there's and maybe it's DLC or something later on, but there's about 4 or 5 planets on the map that I was like, I can't wait to go and explore these. I saw these unexplored planets. I thought it was about halfway through the game. I get to this planet and it says, you're at the point of no return. This is the last thing you're going to do in the game. And I actually had to Google it. So there's actually just planets on the world map to make the world map look more impressive at the moment.
DLC, no?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. But
Possibly.
At the minute, I still think it's a little bit just not really honest. Because I was full sure I was about halfway through the game because I had about half the planets still to explore. But no, they're just there. They're just fake planets on the map.
Fake planets. God damn you.
Planets.
They always catch you out with them fake planets.
It's also a little short, but I don't mind that. Like, I literally combed every corner. I took my time with it, and I finished it in 30 hours. That mightn't sound too short, but for an Obsidian game, the likes of Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 2 and all that, they're usually 60 to 90 hour games.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind that. Sometimes it's good to have a shorter game, especially when you've other things to do in life. But I'd say a 7 or an 8 for me. Fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. I really got invested in the story, and I got invested with the characters, and the shooting is good.
Game of the year territory for you, John?
I don't think so. I preferred Resi 2, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, very good game. And that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Paddy, what have you been playing?
Well, Tarkov, but that doesn't go well. Call of Duty 2v2 mostly. Me and Padify have been playing it all week, trying to get scrubbed up for next week's competition with Team Redirect.
Nice. Again. Are you going to go just 2v2 against them, is it?
Yeah, they've set up a tournament. It's 16-man tournament or whatever. So we put our name down for try and take them on, try and get some bragging rights. It's a tough out game. It's good. It's good that it's mixed servers. You're going to come up against PC players or Xbox players or PlayStation players. But it's a great add to the game, and that's the main focus for me in that game. I'm not really that interested in the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because it's very all over the place at the minute. You don't know whether you should be camping. You don't know whether you should be moving. People with snipers are jumping and shooting you. People with AKs are sitting and camping. It doesn't make sense at the minute. You know what I mean?
Have you played it, Dan?
Say again?
Have you played Call of Duty, the new one?
Not yet, no. I've watched a few streams, but I've like I say, I've been locked down. I've been
that's fair enough.
Patch 12. So.
But that 2v2 is definitely a great ad for the competitive scene. I'd see a lot of people like to be as nearly as popular as Search and Destroy. I'd say it'll kick up there, like with the with the esports side of it.
Yeah,
like it's very tactical. You have to be talking to your teammate at all times. You have to give good call outs. You have to make sure you're good angles. You know what I mean? You don't know. You have to push at the same time or move. I'm very much enjoy it. Whereas the original game itself, the multiplayer is just chaos, isn't it? Really, you don't know what's going on. You're jumping and shooting and waiting for someone to come, and it's not really. I think I'd rather play a bit more tactical, so that's why I'm enjoying it. What would you, Ronan?
So yeah, like I said, I'm reviewing Star Wars Fallen Order. I mean, the game's out, so it's a little bit silly reviewing it, but I mean, I have to because
content is content.
No, but in terms of, I would have liked to have the review just before the release, but EA didn't want to release it because it's a story game. They didn't want the story ruined. What I will say is it's too late in the year. I don't think it's going to be in the nominations for Game of the Year. I would personally put it in definitely.
I think it's been a very slow year, but
it has been a slow year. But if you look at it,
everything now is coming out for Christmas. Like,
I personally think Sekiro is going to get Game of the Year, if you ask me, or Resi 2. But for me, my top games this year are Sekiro, Resi 2, and Fallen Order so far. I don't know if I've had a shortcoming this year, but it'd be very hard for me to nominate any game. Like, I don't know if because I haven't really played as many. Nothing's really appealed to me this year to go and play. You know, it's not in my style, except for the shooter. Like, I'm into shooters, and that's it. So, and a good storyline game, but for me, there hasn't been that many. And then, I mean, me and John have been playing Tarkov way too late at night. I had work one morning at like 8 o'clock, and I looked at the clock. It was like 4 a.m. I was like, dude, I have to go. And we go on like
after that.
Yeah, you can continue it on. We go on a tilt. Dan, we actually we're writing a song at the moment called Favorite Gun. It's based on Tarkov as well. We'll send it over to you when it's ready. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, sweet.
But yeah, like that's it. I mean, I adore Tarkov. In terms of being one of the most original games in the last couple of years, I think Tarkov really hits it. I said it to John that I love the shooting mechanics in it. I love how difficult it is. I personally love difficult games. I'm big into Bloodborne and Dark Souls and really games that really kind of test my ability. And Tarkov does it over every other game out there. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So the review will be done by the end of the week for Star Wars, and I'm also going to have a review done for Need for Speed Heat as well in the next couple of weeks. So wait for them. They're coming. So guys, we're going to go through the news section pretty quickly. It's just a small bit of news, but some big things happening. First of all, I just want to say it's not in the news section, but there's a new Half-Life game coming. It's called Half-Life Alyx. It's a new VR game. There is absolute serious kick up over it that it's coming to VR and not for any other console or to a flat screen. You have to have a VR set for it. And people are giving off stink because the last one we had was 15 years ago, and people are looking forward to Half-Life 3. What I would say is I'm going to take the silver lining on it. At least they're making something with the content, and I hope that this game does good and then they go and push on and get the third. So that's the first bit of news. It broke today. There's a trailer. Go over to YouTube and check out that trailer, or the Republic of Players will have the trailer up in the next couple of days. The second piece of news is Pokemon Sword and Shield has sold 6 million units worldwide in its first week, making it the top-selling Pokemon game ever and number 8 for the top-selling game on Switch, which is absolutely massive. I know Pokemon, guys, is just, it's crazy big anyway, and even if this game came out and it was terrible, I think it'd still sell pretty well. But has anyone played it? I'm not getting a Switch now until Christmas.
I just know there's a lot of people out there that are hardcore into it and haven't put it down in the last week. And they love it. They reckon it's the best one since the original ones.
Your meme was correct, Danny. Your meme was correct about
it. Was, they're all I put the meme up. They're all giving out before it came out. Oh, this is going to happen. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. And everybody went out and bought it. So just complaining for nothing as usual. That's gamers for you. That's gamers.
It's true.
The next bit of news is if you're looking to get your hands on a free game this week, we have what you're looking for. You can now download Rainbow Six Siege for PlayStation, Xbox and PC, and that's to coincide with a new Netflix series called Money Heist.
I think it's the second or third. Is the second season of Money Heist? I think it is. Something like that.
Okay, it's the second season, is it? I haven't watched that, but I'll check it out. But yeah, Rainbow Six, we've talked about it before on the show. Absolutely fantastic game. If you can get yourself a crew of 5 and go into that game.
I think Dan used to have had a few videos up of that as well. He used to play Rainbow Six, did he, Dan?
Siege, that game just,
Well,
I don't talk about it.
Did you get in with a few strangers or?
I had like a little team on Siege back in. I used to play on PlayStation, and we had a decent little team. We hit Diamond a few seasons in a row, which was nice.
Wow,
nice.
But it just got to this stage, like the operators, they just. every single season they just have to outdo the last ones. I mean, now there's operators.
Yeah.
What's that one that can like fly through the window? What's that all about?
I don't know. The game has gone on so long now. It's mental that it's continued
crazy.
with the one game for so long. People love that game though.
Ubisoft seems to be good at that.
There's amazing gameplay loop there. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the last bit of news before we move on to questions for Dan. Google Stadia has launched this week, guys, and a couple of us said it, but there are a few hiccups. Many people that ordered the Founder Edition have not got what they've ordered, and anyone that has received the Founder Pack are finding bad latency, and many complaints have been made. What are your thoughts on this, guys?
Well,
Paddy?
to be fair,
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Paddy.
Well, I was the one backing this, and if they did it the way I wanted them to do it, I think it would have been better. But they're doing it too quickly. Like, they're after coming out with it, and they're not keeping up with their orders. They're not keeping up with their promises. Like, if they don't do something quick, it's gonna die. You know what I mean? The Xbox are doing it better than they are. PlayStation are doing it better than they are. They haven't been in the scene long enough. They don't know what they're doing, and it's not looking good for them. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, sorry, Ron.
No,
but,
work away.
I don't know. Like, and again, I don't think I'm the only person with this complaint. It's a kind of common complaint, but I just don't know who it's for, because you've got the casual gamer, right? Or not even the casual gamer, the person who might play Candy Crush on their phone, or the person that wouldn't have a console, or, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to shell out the €140 for it, plus the subscription service, and they might have done the subscription service if you didn't then have to pay for all the games.
I don't understand why they didn't do that.
You get Destiny 2, John. You get Destiny 2.
Wow, Destiny 2. Game of the year 2007, was it 18, 17, late 17? Who the hell knows? Not
Game of the year? What?
I know. Still, to a lot of people it is, but not to me.
Sold pretty
well.
But
also, like, then you've got the hardcore gamers that are going to be playing, you know, they want to be on their PCs and stuff. Like, they have hardware that's better than it. And I know you're saying, but you can play it in the cafe. But, like, as you know, on your phone, you can play your top-end PC game, and that's fair enough. But I don't think that kind of gamer really appeals to that. I think those hardcore gamers, they like being down on their PC. They like their keyboard and mouse. They like playing like this.
The keyboard and mouse doesn't work for it either.
Also, it doesn't work at the minute, which really does hurt.
Oh my god!
I've heard such inconsistencies that, like, my 100 up internet won't work, and I go to the cafe next door and it works fine. And, like, it's so there's no benchmark. It works differently for literally everybody with the latency issues. That it's too early.
There's a meme going around where it shows the fella clicking a mouse and he clicks it, and then the person shoots.
The jump. I saw the one with the jump. He hits the.
That's it. Jumps. The keyboard. That's what.
About 2 seconds later.
2 seconds later, he jumps, and it's like, oh Jesus, this is bad. Like, if they came out with a subscription service where there's a library of games and you can play.
That's what I thought about at the start.
And that's what you want. And then the main thing that attracts me is the no downloads. I like the amount of space. Like, especially if you want to make content and you want to play games and it's all on your PC. You need a lot of SSDs and hard drive space. Like, it's great to not have that download. That's the only thing that really attracts to me at the minute.
Yeah, no, I get that. But
Dan, are you going to be hanging up your GTX 2080 for a controller and servers that hopefully give you 60 frames per second? Is that what the best?
It's 4K, isn't it?
4K, which apparently is behind the paywall and isn't working properly. Anyway,
Dan, are you going back to console gaming? Yeah.
No, I imagine probably not. No,
Tarkov wouldn't go too well. But like John said, like, who does this appeal to? I mean, for me, and I always said it with the release of, say, the PS5 and the Xbox, the new Xbox that's coming out. Those consoles are going to be they're going to have this streaming service, but they're also going to have your digital downloads, and you're going to be able to use hard copies as well. I think this is it's a little bit too soon for the industry. They're trying to put up servers everywhere. They're trying to rush it out. And, I mean, we said it at the start. If this doesn't hit at launch, it's just going to fade away. The fact that the Founder Edition is not working, who's going to go out and buy this when they hear bad reviews at the start? So I think they're in a lot of trouble here. I think they've pumped an awful lot of money into this. I do think it's at the start of this... this like push for that streaming service, but I mean, PlayStation have it. Like, this is nothing new.
Xbox Cloud as well is going to be.
I mean,
coming 2020,
exactly. And we've heard that Xbox Cloud is very good from the people that actually used it. So yeah, not good for Google and what's going on there. But Now we're going to
They can send us a controller and we'll test it out.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
worries.
we can do a review.
I don't think they're going to send me one anyway with the amount of stuff I've been talking about.
So Dan, we're gonna pick your brain for the next while, if you don't mind. We've got a couple of questions for you. So I'll kick it off. It'll be kind of a round table. There'll be questions coming from everywhere. But tell us about yourself and how you got into the world of streaming.
All right. This is a bit of a story. Basically, I was in the army for just under 8 years. I did that. Joined up at 16. So I basically went through school, didn't know what I wanted to do. Joined the army. It was good for a few years. Started to really dislike it. And then I got the opportunity to go to university, all paid for mostly by the MOD. And I got to the end of 3 years of uni doing music technology, finished that. And there was like this module where we had to like do market research on jobs and like see what was out there for graduates. There was like 3 jobs available, 2 of which were not in the country. So I was like, brilliant. Obviously, that wasn't something that I was going to look into. So I'd started streaming a couple of months before I finished uni. So what I did, I got to the end of uni, and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. I've been streaming for a couple of months now, got affiliate, got a cool little community going. Let's just see what happens. Like, let's just see where it goes. And decided to go full-time streaming in June of that same year. And streaming full-time, as in like full-time, as in, you know, for a job professionally.
Yeah.
When I was that, you know, new to streaming, it was a massive, massive risk. And
For sure.
I just had to learn on the job. And fortunately, I was so lucky with a lot of the people that I'd met along the way through streaming. They were very, very supportive. They was helping out with subs. They was helping out with donos here and there. So, you know, there was certain stuff that I needed for the stream. For example, the stream deck and stuff like that. Webcam, like a decent webcam, because I had a really bad one before. Like I was just so lucky that I managed to meet these people so early on. And what that did, that sort of pushed me forward. And I was like, right, you know, these people have invested in me. You know, these guys that had subbed to me for, you know, a couple of months when I'd first unlocked the sub. You know, when you can
Affiliate.
You know, affiliate, when you know, people can sub to you. And I was like, right, you know, they've subbed to me. They've invested in me. I need to give back now, you know. And I just got my head down in June. I was like, right, you know, this is my schedule. I'm just going to stream. I'm going to stream every single weekday, consistently. I'm going to be on time. You know, I think in the 2 years since I've been streaming, really, I think I had 1 day off, as in like I missed 1 stream in 2 years because I literally had tonsillitis. I was just, you know.
You got over that in 1 day.
yeah, exactly. You have to, you know. And I was like, look, you know, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it. And
where did you serve?
Where?
Yeah.
So I did 2 tours of Afghanistan, and then I did a little bit of time in the Falklands as well. Been all around Europe, but mostly I was based in the East Midlands in the UK. So like when I wasn't away, you know, out of country and stuff, that's where I was mainly in the Midlands, in England.
That's a big difference from that to streaming. That's mental.
Yeah. Like I was saying before earlier on, like I've not had a sort of normal life. Does that make sense? Like I've gone straight from school, then I did all that crazy stuff for like 11 years of my life, and then now I'm just
you're kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty laid back when it comes to life, and you know, I don't know what I've just kept going. I've just kept going and keep pushing at it, and even in the times where you're sitting there and it's just you and Nightbot, and you know you're playing along and there's nobody in the chat, and you just got to keep cracking on, and then someone will come in and it's like, you know, person has decided to spend time with you, you know, and you just give them everything that you've got, and they'll come back the next day, and that is just literally, that's how I just built it up and you know, and just staying consistent with the game. Obviously, a bit of background on me for Tarkov. I was playing console for the best part of 20 years before moving over to PC, right? So my brother told me, "Oh, Dan, there's this game called Escape from Tarkov." I was like, "Oh, it looks amazing. Will it ever be out on console?" And he was like, "I'm not sure. Like, this was back in like 2015,
Everyone asked that question.
2016." Yeah, exactly.
Can I play it with controller, please?
Yeah, can I play with controller? Exactly. I was like, you know what? I bought myself like a modest little PC. And I started playing it, and a couple of the guys in the Discord community that I was part of back then, they were like, "Why don't you start streaming?" And I was like, "Well, I don't even know what streaming is." You know, I was like, "What's streaming?" And then they introduced me to Twitch. Turned out that I could stream using my GPU, using NVENC, because the CPU wasn't that strong. And I was just, I just started playing and chatting away, and that's how it started, man. And I learned how to stream, how to play Tarkov, and how to play on PC all at the same time. So I was learning these three, processes at once. It was insane.
Would you ever think about going back and serving again, or is that's over?
I picked up an injury as well during my time, basically in my leg, and it's to do with the muscle, and it's all pretty horrendous.
How did you find that? If you don't mind me asking, how did you find? Because I'm the same. The first game I really learned how to play on, I was a console gamer, and the first game I learned how to play on PC with keyboard and mouse was Tarkov. People called me insane. They're like, "You're playing one of the hardest shooters to learn
just
keyboard and mouse."
straight in.
So how about yourself? How did you find the transition from controller to keyboard and mouse?
It was really odd. In fact, I'm still on the same keyboard and mouse that I started with. Like, I've got my original keyboard and mouse. So I've got a little Cougar. It's a Cougar -X1, I think. I don't even know what it's called. Yeah, -X1 and a 200K. Yeah, Cougar 200K, like scissor switch keyboard.
I want you to take a screenshot of all your settings and send them to us after the show.
Because that's definitely what it is. That's
it. If I had those settings, I'd be twice.
Exactly. It's all about the settings. But no, to answer your question, like, I find it really difficult, but I was really lucky to be surrounded with this community. Like I say, I was introduced to Discord really, really early on. It was like, I think I went on the Tarkov forum actually, and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm brand new to PC, brand new to Tarkov. I'm looking for people to play with. Is there any sort of thing out there?" Because I didn't even know what Discord was, obviously coming from PlayStation. I was like, "Is there anything that I can go on to talk to people?" And they was like, "Hey, join this Discord community." And and there was
our friend FaZe Runner would say that he's playing it a long time as well. And he's the one that says the community in Tarkov is exceptional. It's
fantastic.
It's very positive. He said to put in your stream title that backseat gaming is allowed, and ask people to help you, and they will. So that's what you want. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. In a game like Tarkov, it's so rich with information. Like, there's those of you that have been on the wiki, and you could just sit there and scroll for hours and hours and hours and just go through every item and read every description. It's
just on ammo type alone.
Exactly. There's so much,
How do you find building the gaming community on Twitch?
How
do you find it? Like, do you like it building on Twitch as opposed to other platforms?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Twitch, I've only really been, when it comes to gaming, Twitch has only been, I've only really been on Twitch. Do you know what I mean? I've never streamed to YouTube. I've never streamed to like Mixer or anything like that. I literally just started on Twitch.
But I think Twitch will come out the best in the end. It's been around kind of the longest and kind of knows what it's doing the most.
Yeah, and I think
it's got to have competition.
Absolutely, competition is always healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, my community is on Twitch. Everyone that I've met, all my friends, fellow streamers, you guys, it's everyone's on Twitch from from day one for me. So that I don't really see any alternative. And the Twitch community is fantastic. Obviously, the more you stream, the more experience you have with trolls. But I mean, that's you're gonna get that anywhere. You're gonna get that any platform on the internet. There's gonna be people that
How would you deal with the trolls yourself?
They're usually just
people have different opinions of what way they go about it. Like,
it really depends. If it's like in good taste, like if it's fun and it's
bit of banter,
then if it's a bit of banter and that, then if they can then hold a conversation afterwards, then it's like just having a bit of fun. Usually, but if it's literally just someone coming in and being such and such, then
Speaking of Tarkov, What is it about that game that keeps you coming back? And like, I know for me, it's that just you want to get better, you're trying to improve all the time. But for you that streams it every day for long periods of time, what makes it better than any other game out there?
I think it's the gameplay loop, and like, it's got a quite unique sort of gameplay loop where you're never sure what you're going to come up against. Like, you could go into customs with a pistol, kill a scav, level up your weapon, come up against a 5-man team, manage to get the drop on one of them, and then there's like an infinite combination.
Did you do you obviously did tactics in the army? I was in the reserve defense force here in Ireland, and we did tactics, and I actually found that it helps me in Tarkov. Do you find the same with your training in the army?
Absolutely, yeah.
Helped you, yeah.
Absolutely, like the discipline on when to engage your target, knowing what to do when you do become under fire.
Yeah.
How to deal with teammates, how to deal with threats on the ground. So, for example, when it comes to flanking, when it comes to using cover, using natural cover, built-up areas, CQB, it's some of these. Obviously, it is still a game, so there's there is a bit of like a transition in between, but you can translate it. You can translate some real world experience.
Is there a good few people that are like? Is it Pesley as well? He used to be in the army as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was Australian.
Is there a few people that would be big Tarkov players that would be in the army, or would you know?
I imagine so. I know. I think it's Slush Puppy. I think he was a sniper, or Baddie. No, Baddie. I think was a sniper in the army.
So this game really attracts that kind of mindset.
Yeah,
there's kind of people.
Yeah. There's a lot of veterans.
The Arma crew. Remember Arma? A lot of the Arma crew
as well. Yeah.
It's mad that it's a game has come out that can do this like that. It's that hardcore and that realistic that people can actually use real tactics from the army.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tarkov still has a problem. Like it is still a game, and people like the meta in games is obviously.
Yeah, a big thing.
To beat other players, isn't it? Like what can I do to beat to most effectively and most efficiently kill other players? So we do have a bit of an issue at the moment with like AD strafing, like quick peeking corners and all this. Yeah. Like, you know what? I do it myself because
it's there to use.
Exactly. It's one of those things that you just find yourself doing it to then gain an edge over your opponent.
Yeah.
Like, does it annoy me? Yes, it does, and I annoy myself that I do it as well. But it is a game at the end of the day, and I think there's always going to be things.
If you walk out with a big stack of loot, you're not going to care.
No,
what's your so me and John have like a go-to weapon. I personally love the Mosin just for a cheap gun to get in. I'm pretty good at it as well. John has seen me. I took out two people with it the other night. I was very, very happy. From a long distance, probably about 250 yards. And I mean, what's your go-to weapon in Tarkov?
It's got to be the SA-58.
Nice.
SA-58 all the way. The M80 round is insane. It's like the most amazing general purpose round. Like it does 80 damage. And of course, to kill somebody in Tarkov, you need to 0 the head with direct damage, 0 the thorax with direct damage, or reduce all hit points to 0, right? All health points to 0. So because the round does 80 damage, it's got 45 pen on it as well. It's gonna anything under class 4. If you hit me on the thorax or the head, they're gonna die. It's one shot. The time to kill on that weapon, the time to kill on that round is just insane. And in obviously being fully auto, 50 round drum in CQB, it's
fully auto as well, is it? Wow.
It is. Okay. Yeah. So it's a real
Is that the weapon you're using in a lot of the footage at the start of the show?
Possibly,
you've got like a silencer on the top of it.
There'll
like
be
an ACOG sight.
Yeah, usually I use the Bravo scope on that. But I think in that video there'll be some HK footage, the 416, and there'll be some SA-58 as well. But generally I like the 7.62 NATO rounds because they're just really, really powerful. You can, they fly straight. They're super accurate. They just do everything that you need them to do. So it really brings that time to kill down as opposed to like 5.56, 9.95, which is like what 45 damage or something like that. So you do need those 2 shots to the thorax. So essentially you're sort of half in that time to kill, on other players.
So if we take it back a bit to your Twitch career, What tips would you give someone starting off on Twitch today to try and build a community and
So from
essentially get viewers? Yeah.
So from day one, what would I?
What would you say to do?
I would say the biggest tip is probably do your best to get over that 3 average viewers straight away. So if you need, get your friends involved, get people at home involved. Hey, I'm going to be streaming. You're not going to understand what I'm asking you to do this for, but is there any chance you could open the tab up on your computer, maybe come by, chat a little bit, interact a little bit, but just keep it up on your computer because it will really help me, and if you've got anyone at home, friends, family, people that want to help you, like just maintain that 3 average viewers or more, that will really, really help you, because the last thing you want as a streamer is to be sort of buried underneath the search results. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really difficult. I mean, Twitch has changed over the last few months. So now there's 3 different sort options, I believe. There's high to low, low to high, and time since you started streaming. So it's like duration of stream. You can sort by that as well. But obviously the default is high to low, isn't it? So what you want to do is have a title that is consistent. Okay, so one of the main ways that I managed to build a community, last year, was by having a consistent title, because people do forget to follow. People will be like, hey, I've been searching for your stream, I couldn't find you because I forgot to follow the other day. And having your title consistent will really help you to sort of bring back people that came by, really liked your stream, but maybe they got called away. Maybe they had to go and put the dinner on and they just forgot to follow, and then you've lost that viewer. It's really important to make sure that you speak to everybody that you can. Interactivity is key. Anybody can sit there and play a game. Anyone can sit there and just be there playing a game. Like people want to see the game, okay, but they want to hang out with you while you play, and the game's a conversation piece, really. Like, it could be anybody playing that game, but that game and you're sort of linked.
Being really good at the game helps too, though.
It does.
It does. Apparently, I wouldn't know. But
where did the name come from, Dan? Dan Exert.
Dan Exert. So I used to make music. Right, I used to produce music.
Same as that, dude.
For a good few years. You produce as well?
Yeah, I produce dance music, trance, mostly, but a little bit of techno as well.
I might have to play that on the stream.
Nice.
Send it over.
Yeah, I'll send it over.
Yeah, appreciate it. But it came from that. So basically, to exert yourself is to push yourself. Like if you exert something, you're working hard, or you're pushing yourself. And it was always to do with that, because I've always had like quite a strong work ethic. Like I really do push myself with everything that I do. I try and work as hard as possible, and try and stay consistent as possible. So it kind of just stemmed from that, and
that probably falls back to your army training as well.
The discipline and just staying consistent. But it kind of like, I had DanExert as my sort of online handle before, and I typed it into Twitch. No one had it already, so I was like, well, just use this, because it's the same as everything else that I've got, like Instagram and all that. So it was kind of like a direct transition, and that's a very good point, actually. Social media, okay? Social media, don't skimp on it, okay? Post when you go live. Post an after stream report. Like I do my daily posts. I say like, hey guys, this is what we did today. This is who raided us. This is who we raided. It might be a screenshot. Okay, so I put up on Instagram today the screenshot of my stats, because today was the first time we died in 3 days since Tuesday, I think.
Wow.
We've done like 20.
That's just like another level. I don't even think I'd ever be able to do that in that game, ever.
Keep going, man.
Is Insta your go-to, Dan, in terms of posting content online? In terms of promoting yourself?
Yeah, Instagram and Twitter are the big ones, for sure. I don't do much on Facebook, really. I used to have quite an active Facebook presence with the music, but then when I moved to streaming, I couldn't really transition. I couldn't bring them over across to streaming, so I just sort of unfortunately had to leave Facebook alone for a bit while I concentrated on Twitch. Insta and Twitter.
Yeah, Instagram seems to be the hot topic.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I really need to get into it myself.
I use
Like,
Instagram
Instagram's
with Facebook. I stream on Facebook, Dan, and I use Instagram, and you can kind of do an auto post over to Facebook. You can do it to Twitter as well. So it's a handy kind of hub that you can use Instagram for. You can post to a couple of social medias by just posting to Instagram. It's handy.
Or using like Buffer or something. Posted them all at once.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know you're a busy man, Dan, but do you ever find yourself watching Twitch in your spare time? And if so, who'd be like your favorite person to watch on Twitch?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Thank you.
I tend to watch as many from my community as possible. Whether that's the stream team, Forward as one. I'm currently with a bunch of guys who from all around the world. We've got guys from the US, we've got guys from the UK and Europe and stuff. And
is that your stream team? Yeah.
No, that's not my stream team.
Okay.
That's Prophet FMJ's stream team, and he went back when I was on like 30 average viewers. I approached Prophet, and I came to his stream. I really liked his content, and he was like really interactive. And I noticed that he was part of a team as well, and I was like, hey, I'm looking to join a team and work together. Let's work together and grow together and work hard and all that good stuff. And he was like, yeah, sure, become part of the community, stick by, show that you're not just coming by because you want something. And and I really grew to like the dude. Prophet's a great dude. And I think I was the third member of that team, and we're on 8 now, so it's sort of growing quite steadily.
I think it helps a lot too to have people have your back and give you some pointers and help you out, and you help them out, and camaraderie, as they say.
Exactly, it's really difficult to do everything. Like having friends that are streaming, like when they go offline. When I go offline, the first place I look is the team. Like who's streaming from the team, who can I raid from the team, and it will be Prophet, it'll be Takals, it'll be Militia, whoever's on. Gremlin, I raided Gremlin today. He's a good dude from the UK, and I always try and keep it within the team. If there's no one on from the team, then I'll go for one of my friends or someone that we know from Twitch and that. But being in a team is great, because we have meetings every 2 weeks, and it's like, what's everyone been up to? Any tips that we can share? That sort of thing, and it makes it a lot easier to sort of push forward, because it's so difficult. As a lot of people know, it's so hard to do things on your own sometimes. And
there's a lot of people streaming.
Push. Exactly, there's a lot of people streaming. And
are they all Tarkov players, Dan, that you're kind of joined up with?
Yeah.
Okay, so how, like, in terms of that kind of community, is there a lot of people streaming Tarkov at the moment, or do you find that it's kind of a niche market? The fact that it is PC exclusive, or is it the opposite? Is it very popular?
That's a hard question. I mean, the amount of people streaming Tarkov fluctuates with the patches.
Okay.
So when a patch hits, it's like, you look at the analytics. When a patch hits, it's like massive. Everyone's streaming Tarkov. Everyone's playing Tarkov, and then over time, you'll see it, steadily drop off. Yeah. And it kind of evens out a bit. And it really depends when in the wipe cycle you are playing or streaming. With patch 12. And I think the analytics reflect this as well. Patch 12 has been the biggest patch, not only with content, but with people wanting to watch it, stream it, play it. I mean, back at the back end of
day one.
Why is that, do you think?
Exactly.
Dan? Just with the amount of content, is it?
All the new content, it's all the new content.
The new map is pretty awesome as well.
The new map, new scab bosses. There's a lot of new things, and exactly the hideout things. Right, pain.
Completely fluctuate the market. Like stuff like nuts and bolts and screws, people be like,
exactly.
Now people are like, oh god, screws, bolts, I need them.
It's just some nuts and bolts. And then now it's like, come out of like a massive bag like in your hands. It's really interesting. If you look at the analytics for the game, back in sort of 2016, 2017, there wasn't many people streaming it, but as time's gone by, it's just growing and growing and growing. Yeah. Like right now, I think Tarkov's sitting at like 25, 28, 30,000 viewers or so.
Nice.
I think it was like 60K when 12 actually hit. probably even more than that, 70k or so. But Tarkov's steadily grown, and each wipe, there's more and more people coming back.
It's definitely a game to go into what to learn the game from people that know how to do it, because it's so difficult to know what to do in that game. There's so much information that you have to know just to get into a raid. Like,
exactly.
And to go in, even now myself, I still don't have the information, and see you guys building your guns and the way you do it so quickly, and you know what to do and pick this and pick that. I go in and I don't know what goes on what. I don't know what bullet goes in where. So that you need the content for that kind of game to see what's actually happening and how to do it, because it's very confusing.
Absolutely.
Very confusing game. I suppose that's probably why it makes it so attractive as well, that you can go in and you can get better and you can learn and probably feel like you're on the inside of some knowledge that a lot of people don't have. That's what keeps me going back to it anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. People come in and be like, "Hey Dan, what weapon are you using? What ammo do you like to use? What sight do you like to use? You know, what's your sensitivity? What are your keybinds?
Yeah.
Exclamation mark sensitivity. Exclamation mark sensitivity.
Exactly. There's so much involved, and I think that's the beauty of Tarkov. Really, is it's a game that, to truly enjoy Tarkov, you need to give it the time that it deserves. It's not the kind of game that you can just pick up and play. And I think there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of players that unfortunately won't have the amount of time to put into the game, you know, to dedicate to the game, because, you know, real life does like to get in the way. So I think, you know, that's obviously a good...
Did you ever feel like
Twitch
giving
is
up?
A great resource for that. Did I feel like giving up?
In terms of giving up playing Tarkov and saying never?
Nah. I mean, short term, yeah, like, I hate this game, never playing it again.
Uninstall.
Yeah, exactly. You gear up and you get back out there, don't you? But,
yeah, exactly.
You know, it's... In terms of actually sitting there and thinking, like, I'm not doing the right thing with my life anymore, no. Like, I think Tarkov is amazing.
Game is in the veins.
You're living the dream. You're streaming games you love. Who doesn't want to do that? Because I know I do.
Absolutely.
So
what direction?
Yeah, go on. No, work with it.
I was just going to ask, what direction do you think Tarkov should go now to keep the momentum up?
To keep momentum up, just keep the way it's going.
Yeah,
the gameplay loop and the core mechanics of the game keep me playing. Like, I have done, I don't even know how many thousands of raids, how many thousands of hours. And I'm still learning new things. I'm learning new techniques. I'm learning new spots, new sight lines. It's, you know, and when we get new maps, it's going to be more stuff to learn, more content, more gear, scab bosses with different techniques. The AI changes up. It's an evolving thing. And, you know, the devs over at BSG, they have a vision. What they want to do is they want to create an incredibly realistic, enjoyable, challenging experience. And I think, you know, people enjoy, like you were saying before, I think people enjoy Tarkov for the same reasons a lot of the time that they enjoy Dark Souls, because the game kicks their ass. But they're like, when you finally get it, you know, you get that first million rubles in the bank. It's that incredible sense of achievement. It's not like you can't just buy rubles on the internet. Yeah, well, you can, but you get your ass kicked for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
It's that achievement. You finally got that level 3 in the hideout, or you upgraded your stash size, or
you killed a few scabs.
Killed a few scabs. Yeah, I mean, that's every little victory counts.
Scab is a kill. Well, do you think? Because I'm not worried, but I wonder about this. Do you think when the game goes out of beta and it's a full game, do you think people are going to miss the wipes? Like, the wipe is such a big day. It's such like, I get to start again. Do you think people are actually going to miss the wipes? I think they might.
They've got to keep them, don't they?
It's an interesting question.
Will it ever go out of beta?
Ooh,
there you go as well.
Here's hoping.
They do a Fortnite. Thing about
the thing with the wipes is, and Nikita, the COO Battlestate, he's spoken about this before. There's this kind of idea floating around. I'm not sure if you guys have ever played Path of Exile. I think it is.
No, Ronan has. Yeah.
Where there's like correct me if I'm wrong. I always get this wrong, but there's two instances or two worlds, two servers. I'm not sure what to call it, but there's like a persistent one where your character stays the same and you level up and forever and whatnot. And then there's like a seasonal thing that you can play. And once the season ends, your persistent character gets everything that your seasonal guy achieved, and you could go back.
That's a mod. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
like that.
Definitely. Yeah, you can pick 2 modes at the start, and like you said, when the season's over, I think it's actually just called seasonal character, to be honest.
Seasonal, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and then when it finishes, then they wipe it and you start again. So
you start again, but everyone starts again as well.
Yeah,
but if you feel like going to your main, let's say your main character, you can then go back and you've got like the max hideout, you've got all your M4s and SA58s and whatnot. So I think if Tarkov goes down that route, I think what will happen is that the maximum amount of players will be pleased. The guys that want the wipes will be able to play the wipe. The guys that want their, they can't play all the time. They've got their persistent character. They can play their persistent character.
That's a great
everyone.
idea.
It's a happy medium, yeah.
Absolutely. So I think that's probably what would be best for the game from the ideas that I've heard.
Do you like the wipes, Dan?
Do I like it? I love the wipes, man.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
It's amazing.
I absolutely love them.
So what do you do, like, coming towards the end of say point 12 was coming out, and you've got 2 weeks left, all your stash? Are you just going and bringing everything out, bringing the big guns out to play? And
I bring the big guns out from day one, mate.
From day one, okay.
Yeah. I start with the big guns.
No pistol runs for Dan.
Only for that one fucking quest. What's it called? That stirrup.
Oh, the one you have to kill whatever it's called, the UP, whatever. What are the freaking guys called?
PMC.
Yeah, but the USEC with the pistol, is it? Is that one or?
Yeah, I think it's just PMCs now with pistol.
Okay, I think
there's no faction. If it was faction based, oh my goodness, mate.
I think it used to be USEC.
I hate that quest with a passion. Like I will write an open letter to BSG and say, guys, remove.
Bear.
Exactly. Have you ever been in contact with the developers in terms of giving them notes or anything like that, Dan? The fact that you play the game so much, I'm sure you're the best person they can ask.
Not officially, not like I haven't had direct contact with the devs, but I'm quite active on the forum.
Yeah.
And any information that I gain from playing each day.
Is that on Reddit, yeah?
No, they're official Tarkov.
Oh, they're official one. Okay.
Yeah, they're official. I don't like Reddit. I don't like Reddit. Like I try and stay away from it.
Never used them.
I'm not good at without Reddit either. It just looks so like an old kind of 90s website. Like I don't understand this.
I know we're losing followers saying that, but who cares?
Go complain on Reddit. Go complain on Reddit about it.
We won't see it.
Because I won't see it.
Reddit is an interesting place. It's like if you don't agree with someone on Reddit, you can just downvote them, and then their opinion gets lost. They might have an amazing idea.
Go to your community, get these boys.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll just go and downvote this guy if I don't like it. They might have a great idea within what they're saying, but they might just need a bit of encouragement, or it might take a discussion to bring the good idea out. And that's why I prefer the forum, because it's relevant and it's okay. This has just been posted. It gets put to the top, and this is what's going on. This is what people are talking about. Even though the first post in that might not be great, a few posts in, a good idea may have been developed. You know what I'm saying? And it hasn't just been like, bam, oh, that's a crap idea. Let's just downvote it into oblivion, and then it gets lost. And I just think that's probably one of the main reasons why I enjoy the forum more. And unfortunately, the devs aren't as active on the forums as I would like them to be, especially as it's the official forum for the game. But hopefully with time they'll sort of come around and start communicating more on there. But to answer your actual question, no, unfortunately not yet. But I'd love to get on like a podcast or something and
have
pick
a chat
Nikita's
with
brain.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. I'd love that.
Yeah.
So I suppose for me anyway, I wanted to hear about your music career. What sort of music did you produce, and what were you doing in college?
Oh, all sorts. I started producing electronic stuff, drum and bass, dubstep,
Nice.
a little bit of house, for fun, but mainly drum and bass and dubstep. And then as I went to university and started studying music and doing more sort of complex things, I started doing like cinematic stuff, like for film trailer sort of things. I unfortunately didn't manage to secure any deals with my music, but I had a great time, absolutely amazing time producing that. And I got halfway through doing the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack as well. I started rewriting the whole soundtrack.
Covers,
awesome.
Yeah, rewriting it all from scratch sort of thing. And I really enjoyed that. But I got halfway through that, and that's when streaming started to take off. So I was like,
I
you
reckon
know,
there's a
lots of-
massive connection with me anyway. Like I've always had a massive love for music and video games. Like they're my two kind of
Yeah.
go-tos. Like I DJ'd for years. I DJ'd for I think 10 years straight. I was doing a lot of like yourself, electronic dance music. I still produce from time to time now. Actually, John is considering making a game, and he wants me to do a little bit of music for a. I have a lot of that stuff kind of in my library. I don't do it as much as I'd like to anymore. Time is of the essence, as you know.
Time is of the essence.
Is there any
absolutely.
way you'd ever go back to producing music?
Well, I had to sell all my music stuff to fund streaming, so
Okay.
unfortunately, not in the
Studio
near
monitors, MIDI controllers, that kind of thing.
everything. Yeah, I just sold everything. I had a iMac. I had,
Yeah.
like you said, the monitors and everything, all the software. I'd love to have the time
Yeah,
to do it again.
that seems to be the issue with everything, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like all my energy, all my time is in the community. It's in the game. It's in the stream itself. So
So going back to streaming, how often do you stream? What is your schedule?
Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. GMT.
Yeah.
On the dot. As soon as it hits 11, bam, start streaming.
Up until
late.
Whenever you want.
7ish. So on average I go for about 7 or 8 hours a day. So,
and what do you do kind of in your downtime to relax and clear the head? Sleep.
Mate.
Okay.
Yeah, sleep. Hang out with Lady Exert as well.
Yeah.
She's been absolutely incredible. Massive support.
You need that.
Yeah. She's been fantastic. Like behind the scenes, she's been absolutely awesome.
So what's the future for Dan Exert?
The future.
Yeah.
Just keep playing Tarkov. Keep playing Tarkov. Keep growing the community. Keep reaching out to because the Tarkov community is incredible. And I say this to my guys a lot as well. Like I wouldn't want to stream for anyone else. Like I've been into other people's streams that I know when they're playing other games, and it's not the same. It's not the same. There's just something about the Tarkov community and the guys on Twitch that it just keeps me coming back every single day. I go to bed at night and I'm thinking I'm really looking forward to streaming tomorrow. I wake up, have some breakfast, grab a shower, all that good stuff, and I'm like, right, I'm always excited to stream. I'm always just looking forward to that first raid of the day and going on the scav runs, getting scav armies with chat. And
well, I find most of the time when we talk to streamers that are partnered or they're successful, that they always have a passion for it, and it always comes through when you talk to them, and you show it yourself. And I think that's a big thing for people, that if they want to be streaming, they have to show passion and have to be dedicated and have to go away every day and make the videos and do the social media and put all of it into it, because it's not just one thing, it's several things that you have to do. And a lot of people don't see the background stuff, that you're still at it after you stop streaming. You're talking to people, you're writing in Discords, you're releasing on YouTube, like all that kind of stuff all adds up to, it's not just sitting there. It's not just sitting there during the day playing. It would be easier if it was.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, you might spend 5-6 hours a day, on stream live, but then again, you could spend another 5-6 hours after that doing admin stuff. Like you say, social media is massive.
Yeah, it's how people are going to get to know you outside of Twitch.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm not going to sit here and say streaming is easy, because it's not. Streaming as a career, the pressure that is involved with, I have to pay the rent. Do you know what I mean? I have to pay the bills at the end of the month, and I'm just really fortunate to be in a position where the risk paid off, and we carried on, and managed to just keep going. It's like what we were saying earlier. Just keep doing it. Just keep going. Get to know your community, and be there for your community, because they'll be there for you when you need them to be. Like the people that are worth getting up every day and streaming for will still be there. If people leave, if people do this, people do that, no big deal.
Our motto here at the Republic of Players is look after the community and they look after you. And I think
exactly. I can agree with that.
Follow that. Everybody should follow that, because that's the people that that's the people that come and spend time with you, as you say, every day of the week. You have to put the effort in for them as well, as they look after you.
Exactly. You do need to put the effort in, and people will notice if you get lazy. You know, people notice if you start, you know, you've got no energy for the stream, you've got no energy for the chat, you just sort of coasting along. People see that and they'll, you know,
you're waiting for the end. You're waiting
yeah,
for
exactly.
5 or 6 hours to be up.
Exactly. People are there because they like to hang out. You know, they're supporting you because they believe in you. You know, you have to give that back. You have to.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
They deserve it. You know, the people on Twitch and all around the internet, all around social media, and everybody that's there for you, they deserve that hard work. And yeah, I go to bed at night and I'm exhausted, but I can sit there and be like, you know, we put on a great stream today and everyone had a great time. And that's it. You know, because you never know what your viewers are going through. You never know what your community's doing at the time. Like, I have a majority of my US viewers are usually at work when I stream, and they come in and they're like, "Hey Dan, I'm just at work. You know, I'm gonna be lurking away while I'm working." And they'll come back like 7 hours later and they're like, "Hey Dan, I really appreciate that you're still online. Just finished my lunch break. You know, going to be getting back on work." And it's, you know, everybody from all around the world has a different story. Yeah. And, you know, so long as you put the effort in for them and you know, make them feel welcome and let them know, hey guys, you can chat. If you want to chat away, my name's Dan. You know, I've been playing Tarkov for this long. Hey, how long have you been playing Tarkov for? What level are you? You know, get people involved, man. And
have an interest.
Exactly. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. And, you know, I'll never forget, you know, all the people that I've met from Twitch, man. There's just like, everybody is just so cool. And, you know, just treat everybody. It's just basics, isn't it? Just treat everybody with respect, put the effort in for them, and it'll be fine. You know,
I'll be honest with you, Dan. I don't know how better of a message we can end the show on. So I mean, I want to say thanks so much for being just an awesome guest, coming on, telling us your story. If you want to tell the good folks where they can find you, please let us know.
Absolutely. And I apologize if I went on a bit of a tangent.
Not at all, dude.
That's what the podcast is for.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
We don't have a chat, you know?
Bore anyone.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It was great. It was a great show.
So if you wanna catch me, okay, Monday to Friday, twitch.tv/DanExert. Okay, I'm always on there, 8 hours a day. And DanExert.tv, Instagram, and Twitter is @ExertOfficial. I know they are all different links. And I will be looking into sort of universalizing all that, so it's like the same link. I want to try and get everything as consistent as possible. But yeah, those are my 3 main links. I mean, everything's linked on Twitch anyway. Twitch is the central hub, and you can click on my Discord link via my channel as well, and you know, everything goes on in there, and all the notifications go on in there and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's been absolutely amazing. Like I've really enjoyed. Just chatting away. I can't remember the last time I just... Yeah, exactly. I can't remember last time I sat and just you know, spoke. And
that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say about the podcast is it's just a chat at the end of the day, but it's nice to talk about your life and talk about your journey. And I mean, absolutely. I loved every minute of it, and the guys I'm sure did as well. And the message that you had at the end, like respect everyone that comes onto your stream. And I think that's a message that should be put not just in streaming, in life, to be honest with you. And I think it's a great message to leave the show. Too Old for Gaming, John, where can the good folks find you?
The good folks can find me at Too Old for Gaming. That's TOOOLD for gaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on that on everything.
And Paddy Toner, where can the good folks find you?
Just saying thanks to Dan for coming on. Thanks to anyone that came in to watch him. He's a great guest. He's a gentleman. You can find me on the Twitch channel, the Rapid Players. You can find me in the community, the Republic of Players. Find me on anything, the Rapid Players, mostly on everything. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, and for me, find me over on the Republic of Players as well, on the community over on Facebook. If you haven't hit a follow on that community, come over and join one of the most positive communities in Ireland. We've built it from the ground up, and Paddy's done a great job, and we continue to create positive content on that. You can catch my streams over on Facebook at The Alpha Fox, and I'm also on Instagram at The Alpha Fox as well. I have been your host, Ronan, from Paddy, John and Dan. Thank you so much, Dan, for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure. This has been the Republic of Players podcast, and we are